Matteo Guendouzi, ladies and gentlemen, a bigger update about Matteo Guendouzi. We're going to talk about it in detail. What exactly is happening with him? And of course, Granit Xhaka swap deal is on the cards, or Arsenal are looking to buy out a player to replace him. Well, if you see daily Arsenal content, best place to be. First news, Matteo Guendouzi is under contract with Arsenal until 2022. Olympique Marseille will therefore have to negotiate with Arsenal, and these negotiations have not yet started. The player who has just become a dad is continuing his rehabilitation and is waiting to see what happens. This is according to RMC Sport. But Get French Football News, GFFN, say that injury in the ankle on May 6th. Guendouzi will certainly not be operational before mid-September, but his profile as a young, cashy and characterful recuperator strongly appeals to the Olympique Marseille board, who imagine him to be a permanent fixture in Provence. Well, sources tell GFFN that Marseille initially approached Arsenal about a loan, which the Gunners rejected out of hand. Marseille have opened talks for a permanent deal, starting conversations around 8 million euros mark, with Arsenal seeking to extract more than the double of that amount. So Arsenal would want somewhere near 20 million euros for Matteo Guendouzi, and 8 million euros is more of an insult for a guy like Matteo. I mean, seriously, crazy stuff. According to Santi FM, who's actually a journalist for Foot Mercato, says that talks over Matteo Guendouzi's transfer are progressing well between Marseille and Arsenal. The player is attracted by the idea of playing under Jorge Sampaoli. Guendouzi has been approached by a dozen English European clubs, including Villarreal, Valencia, Real Betis, and Brighton and Hove Albion. So a lot of clubs want to sign Matteo Guendouzi, but for now, Marseille are the ones who are way ahead of the line. Let's see where Matteo ends up by the end of this summer transfer window. Moving on, so Joe Willock has been named as the Premier League Player of the Month for May 2021. 4 goals in 4 games that he's played. Congratulations and well-deserved, Joe Willock, for a wonderful performance in the Premier League. And also Fabrizio Romano tweets out, Arsenal are working to sell players in the next days. Marseille are in advanced talks to sign Matteo Guendouzi, who's coming back from Hertha Berlin loan spell, as Roma are pushing to complete Granit Xhaka deal soon. Arsenal are open to sell Lucas Torreira too. So that is the update about that. So talking about one, the only William Saliba, according to Athletic.uk, William Saliba is scheduled to join up with Arsenal's squad this summer. It is only after being watched at close hand that Arteta will decide whether he will form part of his squad next season. Until then, Arsenal continue to monitor the market for centre backs. Well, he's definitely going to get a chance, and that's what I am only excited about. And it's not just about William Saliba. Well, Jules Koundé, Arsenal covet Jules Koundé, but there are substantial stumbling blocks. That is, the player's £50 million price tag and his preference to play into the Champions League football. Arsenal are also seriously interested in signing Edmond Tapsoba, but he's unlikely to be available for much less than Koundé. So he would cost more than Koundé, and Koundé would want Champions League football. That is the big reasons why Arsenal are actually in a mess or in a rut, if they actually even want to think to sign a centre back. So I don't know if you guys have seen Edmond Tapsoba or Jules Koundé, but at least you know about Jules Koundé. But Edmond Tapsoba, quite low profile guy in terms of the fact that he's quite underrated because he's really good. Yes, he's really nice as a centre back, very compact, provides very, very, very less amount of space for anyone to venture around. So very promising centre back, but of course Leverkusen are not obligated to sell, so not that difficult. So Yves Bissouma has wished his best friend and former Lille teammate Nicolas Pepe a happy birthday on Instagram. So this is what he actually posted, an image of him and Nicolas Pepe before the Brighton game. He says that more life, brother. May God protect you, yourself. Love you. But that's the beautiful part. But does this hint something, man? I don't know. Pepe is doing all the right things, so I'm only hoping right things might happen to Arsenal. So according to Athletic.uk, Kieran Tierney, Callum Chambers and Rob Holding are regarded as good characters by them. and positive influences within the group. Chambers' contract ostensibly expires in 2022. The club have an option for an additional year, which is yet to be exercised. So it's not been exercised yet, but yes, a strong possibility is in the midst, and Callum Chambers' contract might be extended as we speak. Let's see what happens. Also, as mentioned before, Arsenal investigated the possibility of adding a backup left back in January, only to decide to wait for the summer and a more flexible market is what Arsenal is actually wanting to get. Tyrick Mitchell and Josh Doig are among names that have been watched, although neither are thought to be first choice according to Athletic.uk. So Arsenal have not made up their mind with Tyrick Mitchell or Josh Doig. Okay, there's nothing wrong in that. Tyrick Mitchell is really a compact fullback, but has some contract, concentration issues. I've not seen properly Josh Doig much. Let's see what happens. They say he's the young Tierney, but okay. Moving on, Martin Odegaard is Arsenal's number one target, having made a big impression, not just on account of his technical ability or quality, but also his character and leadership credentials. The situation is not in Arsenal's hands, and resignation of Zinedine Zidane complicates matters. Yes, it complicates a lot of things. That if Zinedine Zidane leaves, to get Martin Odegaard out of Real Madrid, it's tough. Arsenal would have to pay a fortune. Only then I think they would consider, irrespective of the manager who's going to come in at the helm of Real Madrid. But for now, I don't see that happening. That's the big reason why Arsenal are looking at other options to get into that number 10 spot. They're looking into a lot of options. Julian Brandt is open for as an alternative, but also they're forced to explore alternatives, and one of them is Emiliano Buendia. They've actually kept a track on Emiliano Buendia since he arrived in England in 2018, and have recommenced contact with his camp, according to the Athletic.uk. So strong possibilities of them to make a big impression in the transfer market, but will Martin Odegaard come in, or Arsenal would actually bend towards Emiliano Buendia? Only time will tell. So Europa League squad of the season has been announced, ladies and gentlemen. You could see some names there: Livakovic, Paul Lopez of Roma, and Geronimo Rulli of Villarreal for saving the penalty. Easy peasy. Raul Albiol, Harry Maguire, Aaron Van Bissaka, Mancini of Roma, Spinazzola, Pedraza and Pau Torres, Bruno Fernandes, Dani Parejo, Pellegrini, Pogba, Kepu, Orsic, Pravod, McTominay make the midfielders, but the attackers, it's Gerard Moreno, Cavani, Dusan Tadic, Edin Dzeko, and the only from Arsenal, Nicola Pepe, makes the squad of the season for the Europa League. So congratulations to Nicola Pepe to make it into the squad of the season. So let's discuss the biggest news that we have on this episode for you guys. According to Gazzetta Italy, Roma's first offer for Xhaka of 13 million euros plus add-ons has been rejected by Arsenal. Roma will return with an improved offer, which could involve Amadou Diawara in part exchange. It looks like Diawara to Arsenal is a must if they are even thinking to land Granit Xhaka in any mid. So that could be a chance. I mean, that could be explored, because Gazzetta dello Sport made sure that they came up with the news that Roma are interested in Xhaka and could potentially offer Amadou Diawara and Cengiz Undeya in exchange, or one of them. Actually, it remains to be seen whether Arsenal would accept the deal, but having been credited with an interest in both of the players in the past, it could well be a tempting prospect. We take a look at how Mikel Arteta could potentially line up with this. There's this update on this one, but I strongly believe Diawara alongside Partey makes little sense to it, but that totally depends on what players are going to be ahead of him. But Diawara to Arsenal, I still have my doubts to it, but let's see. A club insider has spoken to Fresh Arsenal and said that Arsenal have an interest in signing Sassuolo midfielder Manuel Locatelli as a replacement for Xhaka if he leaves this summer. So you never know what's going to happen until it happens. So let's see Also, Arsenal are mindful of the contract situation they face at centre forward position, and Nketiah and Lacazette's deal expire in a year. If there's movement there, Arsenal will consider signing a number 9, although the presence of Martinelli and Balogun, two highly rated prospects, complicates things for Arsenal. So with this, I'd like to end this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know in the comments, would you guys want Diawara exchange with Xhaka or Cengiz Undeh exchange with Xhaka, or rather let us take the cash and try to buy Manu Locatelli. Won't be cheap though, but still. Cheers, I'll see you in the next one.